Hey there, this is Dr. Evan Osar with the Institute for Integrative Health and Fitness Education. Welcome to this edition of Integrative Movement Insider. Today's Saturday. Hopefully you're enjoying your day. And again, if you're in this country, probably around the world, you're in a little bit of a social isolation just to help keep the spread of the coronavirus under control. So in response to that, Janice and I have canceled all our upcoming trips. We had a certification next week in Boston. We had some personal travel and some other conferences that were canceled as well. So we're on sort of house leave or office leave for the next 4 weeks just to help do our part. In that response, we will also be bringing you more live education here on our channel, so the Evan Osar Facebook page, but also on fitness education seminars. We're also on Instagram, IIHFE, to continue to serve those health and fitness professionals just like you that work with the active population so that you can continue to use this time to catch up on your own education and also to continue to serve the clients that you work with. So thank you so much for the opportunity to serve you. If you like this information, feel free to pass it on to your like-minded friends and colleagues. And we also have a couple brand new things that we're going to have in the works also to help you stay in tune and up to date with the information that will help your clients, especially the active aging population, the baby boomers and seniors, the medical fitness population as well, clients that are coming out of rehab, clients that struggle with things like balance and walking and doing the functional activities they need to and want to do, and also those things that they love to do. So in this month of Two Anatomy Geeks, we're dealing with or addressing the foot and ankle complex because now the weather is getting nicer, so hopefully we're getting more outside and enjoying that fresh air, which will also relatively help decrease the spread of the coronavirus, just being outside and being in the sun as well. Now, a lot of our older clients, a lot of our younger clients too, so it's not just older clients, have trouble with balance and walking as it relates to the ankle and foot complex. So on Two Anatomy Geeks, we are on every Tuesday at 12:15 Central Standard Time. Jill and I have been talking about the anterior and posterior tibialis muscles. And these muscles are key to helping control eversion, or oftentimes what people will refer to as pronation. Eversion is a component of pronation of the ankle and foot complex. But what happens for a lot of our clients is they actually have a stiff and rigid foot. And if you look at the feet of your older clients or your older relatives, you'll oftentimes see that their toes are clawed up, or they'll have hammer type toes, which is just a different form of claw-toed sort of appearance, where the clients are overusing their flexors and extensors. The claw-toe is more just flexor contraction, where they may have toes that look more like this, but they may also have that hammer toe where they also have clawing of their toes, but then extension of their metatarsal phalangeal joint, or where the toe meets their metatarsals. So again, they also have short extensors of their leg, and also the anterior tibialis can be short as well. So one of the things we need to do for a lot of our clients to improve foot function, to improve the ability to move the foot, because remember that one of our goals is to help the client get that foot tripod, so weight underneath the big toe, small toe, and heel. We want them to have a better base of support, which will improve their ability to balance, to have the foot react to the ground. I'll show you how to do that in a moment. But first, let's look at a release for the anterior tibialis, which is one muscle we oftentimes don't think about that we need to release. But again, in those clients that have the claw toe or hammer toe, oftentimes we need to release some of those toe extensors that are either shortened in the hammer toe or over lengthened in the clients that have excessive toe gripping or clawed toes. We love our release tool, the Rolga, which you know we've talked about that quite frequently on this episode. And again, remember, as I said, we make no money off recommending the products. We just love these products. We do sell them in our clinic because our clients love them as well. But again, we always use the product first ourselves before we recommend it to our clients or use it with our clients. And it's only when they like it and respond well to it do we actually carry it in our office. So we love the Rolga. The great thing about the Rolga too is it will allow me to actually get it right in the front of, yeah, we're right here on a busy street here in Chicago, so you get that live traffic too. So it allows us to get the Rolga right on the anterior portion of the tibia here, and actually with the grooves, and again, this is why we love this tool so much, it allows us to actually release around the fascial attachments of that anterior tibialis and those long toe flexors as they come off the lateral aspect of the tibia and the front side of the fibula as well, or the fascial attachments into the front side of the fibula and the interosseous membrane, and then come down into the foot and ankle complex. So what we typically do after we've assessed our client is we'll have them put their leg on here. I'm going to do it on a bench, but you could also do this on the floor for your clients that don't have knee problems. My foot's in some dorsiflexion. For some of your clients, this may actually cause some cramping. So just keep their foot off the bench in this case. And what I'll do is just a small squat position here, so that way I get a little bit more tension down on the roll gut on the front side of that tibia area where the anterior tibialis as well as those long toe extensors are originating from. And I'm just going to move my foot along the bench. And again, I'll just squat down into this position. You can always hang on to something if your client needs more support. And we'll come out here into this position as well. If your client has knee problems and can't get down into this position, you can always just have them do some myofascial release with a trigger point ball or something like that. We will also use our activator. So that's another tool from our friends over at Rolga. We'll use the activator. We can also have them just kind of come with the activator, the smooth edge of the activator, which is again why we love this tool so much. We'll just come down through the top surface, or I should say the front side surface of the tibia, and just kind of work down the front side of the tibia, just holding any spots and also creating some stretching of the front side of the foot too, to allow those, for clients that have those claw toes, I should say hammer toes, to have them stretch out the anterior side of their shin area. So once we've done soft tissue work, we want to teach our client how to use the anterior tibialis more effectively and those long toe flexors more effectively in the upright position. So we're going to have our client just do some squats. So, and if they have knee problems, we're going to have them do a hip hinge pattern. So it's basically the same concept of getting the client to spread their foot out so they're on their big toe, small toe, and heel, so that foot tripod. Toes are long, and they're just going to focus on lengthening their toes or reaching those toes. Hopefully you're picking it up in the camera. Let me step out here a little bit more too so you can see that. So I want them to reach those toes long. They can even lift the toes up while keeping the foot tripod, and then put the toes down long. So I'm wearing my toe socks, which helps me separate my toes, like these a lot as well. We talked about correct toes. I love those, that apparatus, or I should say that implement, or that tool, I should say, to also help spread out the foot and allow length and space in between the toes. We'll use that more in a future episode. So toes come up and then toes come back down, lengthen those toes. So that way you're teaching your client how to dissociate their toes from the rest of their foot. So again, they're using their toe extensors, but they're also using their toe flexors, the short toe extensors and the short toe flexors, to keep that tripod and also move the toes independent of the rest of the foot. Now what we're going to do is just from here, we'll either do our squat, so it's a nice long spine, stack that thoracolpelvic cylinder, and then do the squat, so it's anteriorly rotating that pelvis to lengthen out the posterior hip complex to get the weight over top the entire foot tripod. So the weight is not on the heels, the weight is on the entire foot tripod to allow that foot to elongate and spread out. Or we can do the hip hinge where there's just less knee bend. Again, long spine position, stack and align that thoracolpelvic cylinder, and then just hinge. So again, same idea, long toes, weight over the foot tripod, and then just hold that position, breathing in to come up, breathing out to hinge over, reaching those toes long, making sure there's no toe gripping. So again, foot tripod, long toes, no foot gripping as your client is squatting and or hip hinging. So that way you're helping your client balance out the toe extensors, the toe flexors, balancing out the posterior tibialis, the anterior tibialis, to create a more optimal strategy for balance, for support, and ultimately for walking, because that's what we want our clients to do their functional activities like walking. And if they love running, get back to those things that they love to do, running. Maybe they're training for a 5K or 10K or a marathon, so they have more balanced function around the foot complex, the foot and ankle complex, so they can function better and do the things that they need to, want to, and or love to do. So hopefully that helps serve you, helped you show you how to use the roll gut to release the anterior tibialis and long toe extensors if your client doesn't need that. And a lot of our clients, like I said, with claw toes and or hammer toes, need a little bit of myofascial release over their anterior shin area or the anterior tibia and fibula area. But again, make sure you integrate that into some functional patterns. Make sure your client knows how to use their feet and ankles appropriately, and that way you become that resource for your current clients and can attract more individuals that need, want, and will pay you for your expertise. So thanks for watching. Like I said, if you like this information, pass it on to your like-minded colleagues. Like this page, like this post. If you have any questions about the things we were discussing today, feel free to leave a comment either above or below or underneath this video, depending on where you're watching it. And we'll see you next time at Integrative Movement Insider. Stay tuned for upcoming workshops, and I should say online workshops, because like I said, we're sort of shut down for a period of time. So we'll be back in the fall, hopefully, after all this is cleared away. Hopefully it's cleared away by then. But in the meantime, we've got lots of great resources coming to you. Again, check out our Integrative Movement Insider Facebook Live every Saturday or Sunday. Once a weekend we do that. And we also have the 2 Anatomy Geeks every Tuesday, 12:15 Central Standard Time. And again, we have tons of free resources. We did Complete Ankle and Foot Conditioning 2.0. That's also 50% off. Actually, it's 51% off this month because of my 51st birthday, which I can't believe it's my 51st birthday already. So lots of resources for you to help you stay up to date and use this downtime if you do have some downtime or you're in social isolation where you are. Be healthy, be safe, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer. If you're sick, stay home and protect your family, friends, and community. Thanks so much for all you do. Take care. We'll see you next time.